Love Island episode 14 starts off with um, the ending of the UPS mail thing. And Soul is talking with Caleb, and she's talking about how dumb she felt and how stupid she feels. And Caleb said he feels stupid too. So Sincere tells Melanie that he just wants her, and it's just gonna be him and her. Okay. Kinsey was telling Corbin that she did tell Jen about the kiss, and yeah, Jen's not going to be the only one that knows. I'm sure this is going to get out somehow. We got to have a movie night. These two feel like they're locked in after the letters. I like Caleb because he pretty much told Kinsey, he's like, yeah, we're not going to be friends after this. He didn't say those exact words, but that's what he said. Kinsey's trying to say we can still say friends. I think she's trying to keep him as an option just in case. But he's not buying it, and I like that. Zach, I don't know. He's looking at the letter that Kata wrote, and he looks like he's happy about it. He was like, "We can keep this when we get married or something." But I don't think he. Maybe it's just in the moment because I don't think he's really feeling Kata like that now. Bryce and Trinity. Look, Caleb. He said she strung him along, and he said she knew what she was doing. Yes, she did. Caleb. So Sincere is talking to who's he talking to? The guys. I believe it's Bryce and Zach, and he's trying to think of what to say to Soul about when he pulls her for their chat. I'm sick of him talking with his little hands. His little hands bother me. Oh, it was Corbin he was up there talking to. So anyway, Bryce is like, be sweet to her and talk to her and say you understand because her feelings are hurt. So Zach and Caleb talk, and he's not Caleb. Yeah, no, yeah, Zach and Caleb talk, and he's like, they're talking about Soul, and he was kind of asking him, "Do you think there's anything there?" Caleb was kind of like, "She's good to talk to. She's, but they also give friendship vibes." But then Zach says, "Yeah, talk to everyone. Talk to Kata." What? So Sincere pulls Soul, and she goes in on him. She wasn't about to hear anything he was saying. And he came in trying to be nice because that's what Bryce told him to do. But that quickly changed when she started going in on him. She said, "I think you're full of shit. You could have, all you had to do was tell me. You preach all this, like you're sincere and all this openness and whatever, and you basically aren't that." And she kept dropping the f-bomb. He didn't like that, and you could tell he wanted to get mad, and he was like, "Yeah, what, all the things you're saying are valid. There's a lot of buzzwords this season. It's your feelings are valid. What's the other thing? They retired Slow Burn, thank God, but I can't remember the other ones. When it'll come to me. um so anyway, she went in on him. He didn't like it, and then he had the nerve. I guess when he couldn't take it anymore, trying to be a good guy, he says to her, "We're not just about to act like I'm the bad guy here." I'm paraphrasing, and then he goes, "You're no angel." What? What do you mean you're no angel? She didn't even do anything. And so she said that. She said, "What have I done here? What have I done wrong?" And he couldn't really come up with anything. She said, "What have I done wrong besides try to make a connection with people who are closed off?" And as a bombshell, that was what she's supposed to do. So he couldn't answer her question at all, and he was just getting mad because she was really going in on him, and he deserved all of it. She said, "All you had to do was tell me Melanie was still in the back of your head." And then after the conversation, he stands up and he says, "Yep, that went exactly how exactly how I planned." And I'm like, was he trying to be sarcastic, or did he just say the wrong thing? Did he mean to say that went exactly how I thought? Because I know you didn't plan it. I don't know if he's being sarcastic. He tries to throw these word salads out because he wants to sound like he's smart. Listen, these Zach and Bryce are not beating allegations. I realize he's doing physical therapy on him. But come on, and the producers are crazy. They had some crazy angles, but what the hell? So Bryce and KC talk with Soul, and KC's like, is there anything we could do, anything we could do better? And she was like, she was starting to say something, and then Bryce said, well, she'd like to be wanted, and basically, people pull her for chats and stuff like that, but everybody's all closed off. Of course, Casey's listening because when he says we, he means me. Ariana shows up. She tells them we voted and for the favorite couple. So Bryce and Trinity were first. I don't think it was in any particular order, but Bryce and Trinity were first to be safe. Kata and Zach. I did not think Melanie and Cecile would be in the top four. Not at all. That threw me off. And Melanie didn't think so either. So Kenzie is pissed. Like everybody else looks worried. Kenzie looks pissed, and I know because she's thinking I'm sure she thought she was going to be the top couple. Like at least she was going to be in the top four because she's mad. So these are the bottom three, and Ariana told them that the guys are going to decide um, which girl to send home, and the girl's going to decide which boy. So they deliberated, and Anaya wanted Gabe to stay, and I believe Kata wanted Gabe to stay, and then these two wanted Caleb to stay. So Corbin was out of the question. They were keeping Corbin. So the guys talk, and first it seems like Kenzie's gonna go, and because Zach was saying, Kenzie explored like three guys basically, like she was kind of playing with them or whatever. So, and they all had arguments, and then they said, what about Soul? And KC said that he didn't want Soul to go, he thought she should stay. Of course, Sincere wanted to um, get rid of Soul. So Zach asked KC, he said, if we save Soul, would you explore? And KC said yeah. So when it came time to announce what girl they were sending home, Sincere stood up. So I'm like, oh, they're keeping Soul because they wouldn't have Sincere be the one to send Soul home, surely. So he gets up and he's like, it's been her decision, blah, blah, blah. And then he says Soul. I'm like, why would they let him? Like, and Casey looked really disappointed. So then when the girls stood up, they were talking. They had Mel do it, Melanie do it, and she was talking, and it went on for a long time. And I feel like she was saying, this guy isn't gonna find who he wants. Every time there's a bombshell, he goes for the bombshell. And the guys were like, shit, this is probably Corbin. Some of the things she was saying, they thought it was Corbin. And it went on and on. And basically, I felt like it was saying a lot about the person they voted out. And then they say Gabe, and I'm like, dang, they didn't have to do him like that. Gabe's just trying to have fun. But I personally thought I wanted Kenzie gone. I thought Kenzie should go. And then I did think Gabe should have been the choice. Like I wanted Kenzie gone, but it probably should have been Gabe and Jen, to be honest. But it wasn't. And Kenzie's still pissed. And I know she's just thinking, because when Ariana was talking, she was like, the bottom couples. And I'm like, yeah, Kenzie's pissed because I know she felt like she should have been number one. I don't think she was worried. I think she's pissed. So Ariana asked Soul if she has anything to say. And she's like, no, you guys kind of put me out of my misery. She said, this is Couples Island. I came in a little too late. She said, I'm glad you guys found your person, and nobody really looked like they were sad that she was gone. Like the girls weren't really crying or anything. Not that they have to, and then Soul was like, when she said everybody was all coupled up, they show Sincere, and he's like, what the fuck is she talking about? She's talking about you. That's what she's talking about. And so they ended the episode with that, with her saying everybody was coupled up. And that was that.